Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Candace, and today we are going to talk about PCOS, infertility, and some products that I'm using that I have been enjoying and maybe not enjoying in relation to PCOS and infertility. It's been a really long time since I've uploaded a video to YouTube for a number of reasons. One, I was doing some traveling. I got to see my nephews and my sister in Florida and my parents in Georgia, and that was really wonderful and obviously took up a lot of time. I also started a new job, which is really exciting, and so that's also taken up a lot of time with training and things like that. So I do find my schedule has gotten pretty cluttered, which is totally fine and totally okay. I feel very thankful for the busyness in my life, for sure. This wouldn't be a health or wellness YouTube video without the disclaimer that these are just things that have worked or have not worked for me, and it doesn't mean that it will work or will not work for you. I am not your doctor. Definitely consult your doctor before you do anything. I just want to put that out there because I'm not trying to give you medical advice. I'm just sharing with you my experience and kind of give you a doorway to perhaps do your own research and speak to your physician about it. So I definitely wanted to disclaim that. So I've spoken in the past about monitoring your basal body temperature or your BBT. Charting your BBT is really important because it allows you to see what your cycle is doing. But I have been a huge fan of an app and a tool called Kendara and Wink. Wink is a really cool BBT thermometer that syncs automatically with the Kendara app in your phone. I have really enjoyed this for the last year and a half, 2 years, I would say. And I overall have been pretty happy with Wink, and I really love the Kendara app. I find it's the best period tracking app I have ever used. It's easy to use, it's thorough, it's really beautiful design, and I find it just very user-friendly. I will be honest, I get really lazy when it comes to tracking my BBT. When you have to take your temperature every single morning without moving and causing a whole lot of rise in your heart rate to get a proper low resting basal body temperature, you're having to do it basically the same time every morning for it to be accurate, and you have to get a really good amount of sleep. There's just a lot of, you have to do this to really get a true reading. And for any of you fellow PCOS sufferers, you guys know insomnia and staying up late is kind of part of the deal. We get like a surge of energy really late at night, and we tend to stay up really late. So I have found that that was really difficult. I don't know why, but having to wake up the same time every morning and make sure you get enough sleep, I mean, sounds great. We should do that, but do I do that? No. I sometimes will stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, or sleep till 11:30, or wake up at 6 a.m. or like, you know, that's life. I don't wake up at the exact same time every single morning. So I wanted to find a BBT monitoring tool that would help kind of do the work for me so I wouldn't have to worry about it. And I did a lot of research. I saw, what was one that was really, I don't remember the names of them because I really honestly researched a lot. But I saw like the Ava bracelet. I saw the one that, oh gosh, now I just really want to know the names. Anyway, the ones that you kind of put in a little bralette thing, and it like monitors your BBT under your armpit as you sleep. The bracelet will do it. But I settled on a product that I found to be the most interesting looking and innovative to me, and I wanted to share my experience with it. This is called, what is this even called? Oh, duh. The product that I landed on was called Yono, and it is this little thing right here. I don't know how well you're able to see it. This is its case and charging case. Plugs in right here. But the actual device is this little, boop, little thing right here. I hope it's not super dirty because I didn't clean it. This is an inner ear BBT thermometer. I feel like we're living in the future, and I'm just amazed. So Yono is, I would say, a fairly new, untapped not very popular monitoring device, but it's super cool. So how it works is when you go to sleep, or when you're about to go to sleep, you stick this into your ear. I'll go ahead and put it in just so you guys can just see. I have kind of small ears. I mean, my lobes are big, but my ear canals are kind of small. So it goes in your ear like so, and you go to sleep. It tracks your BBT, not at just one point in, you know, the morning that you're waking up and taking your temperature. I believe it tracks it like every hour or every 30 minutes or something like that. It does come with an app. So here is my Yono app, and the interface, I will admit, is not as seamless and beautiful as Kindara, but I'll try to show you my temperatures. So this was last night's, I don't know if it's gonna show you. This was my last night's temperature reading, and it gives a overall BBT reading, and it kind of shows you where your temperature spikes and lowers and all that jazz. So from the research that I made, the inner ear is the most accurate place in the body to gauge your BBT. And I found that to be the most important part of it. I really want to have an accurate reading because I really want to know what my cycle is doing. So the Ava bracelet, you know, it's on your wrist. I feel like I sleep with a really cold room. If it's under a blanket, it might be a different temperature than if I like left my arm out over the blanket. Do you know what I mean? I just felt like there was too many variables with the temperature taking on like your wrist or under your armpit. And honestly, for me, the whole thermometer situation in the morning was just way too inconsistent, just simply because of my lifestyle and my laziness. So this Yono seemed to be the most logical option. When you're finished sleeping with the Yono in your ear, you're gonna take it out and just plop it back into its little home. At that point, you would open up your Yono app, go to today's date, and then hit, what is it? You would hit a button and it connects to your earpiece via Bluetooth. So Yono is never transmitting information during the night while it's in your ear, which is very important because you don't want tons of information transmitted through Bluetooth when a thing is like in your ear by your brain. I'm just kind of weird about that kind of stuff. So I thought that was really great. So some negatives about Yono. Yono took a long time to get here. And when I called the 1-800 number on the Yono website, because I never got like a shipping confirmation number when I ordered it, someone answered the phone and was like, hello? Like it was someone's phone. And I'm pretty sure that it sent me to the creator and CEO's like personal phone. She was very nice, if that was her, very, very kind, gave me the information I needed, but I was very caught off guard. I was expecting there to be kind of like a, thank you for calling Yono Labs, you know, I'm so-and-so, how can I help you? Or I was honestly expecting a robot and have to like punch in things, but so that was a little strange, not horrible, and shouldn't deter you from purchasing from them, but and that did give me the feeling that maybe they're still a really small company and not big enough to really need an answering service or something like that. So there's that. Secondly, the first 2 weeks I used Yono, I developed pretty severe TMJ in my jaw, and I get TMJ. I have an offset jaw. When I was going to the chiropractor religiously, he would have to honestly adjust my jaw sometimes, which sounds really gross and horrible, but it happens. So that could just be specific to me and my janky body, but having a bulging thing in my ear canal and sleeping definitely pushed my jaw kind of in a weird position, and it did cause lots of inflammation and kind of like lockjaw. I had to quit using it and really baby it, and I know some manipulations to do with my jaw to kind of help reset it. I know that's gross. It grosses me out too. So that was one thing that was really discouraging, and I for a while thought, I'm not going to be able to use this. This is just not going to work for me because it hurts. But for whatever reason, after I gave it a break, I've used it again, and it's not bothering me at all. So I'm not really sure. I might try to replace the little, ooh, I dropped it. This little earpiece right here can be removed, and they send you larger and smaller options. This is just the basic one that I still have on here. I may try to replace it with something smaller just to see if that helps at all. But yeah, that was a negative. Another negative is some nights I would wake up and had fallen out of my ear. And I don't know, again, if that's an issue with sizing, which I could adjust, but the last like 5 nights I haven't had that issue. I do think it takes a little bit of trial and error. Another thing about Yono that I don't like I mentioned before, is the app. I find the app to be really not easy to use. It's not hard. I guess I'm just spoiled because I love Kendara so much. And if you want to know the God's honest truth, I have been taking my BBT reading from my Yono and inputting it into my Kendara manually. I'm super extra apparently. So I love the Kendara app that much and find it much easier to use than the Yono. The Yono also does not fare well with women who suffer from irregular periods, and in my case, PCOS. So my periods have been really regular for like the last year and a half, I would say. Pretty, like, give or take a few days, but really regular. My last period that I had, I was 11 days late, and it was, honestly, looking back, it had to be stress because I was in the most amount of stress that I've been in a really long time, with starting a new job, learning a whole new job, and helping my sister with childcare, which I don't have children, and so I'm not used to 3 children. To put it nicely and politely, it was just a lot. And so my body all of a sudden was just like, you can't handle the truth, you know, like it just, no, it shut down. To the point that my hair has been falling out in clumps. It's actually still falling out quite a bit, and it's kind of concerning, but we're not gonna freak out. So yeah, I had a lot of stress going on for my last cycle, and I do believe that's why my period was so extremely late. So I do think that that is something to think about if you suffer from really irregular periods. Yono may not be for you. So far, I've really been enjoying the ease of not having to manually take my temperature with a thermometer and only using a little inner ear device. So, but the app sucks. Sorry, Yono, I don't like the app. So the next and final thing I wanted to talk to you guys about in relation to my PCOS is this wonderful magical thing called CBD oil, or cannabis oil. Now don't worry, this is not going to get you high. In fact, it helps with inflammation, pain management, sleep, depression, and they also have studies that it directly affects this thing in our body called the ECS. I'm reading this really great article, which I will link below so you guys can read all about it, but it basically says that the ECS is a signaling network that is generally responsible in maintaining balance or homeostasis in the body. The ECS is named as such due to it being composed of endocannabinoids. I'm totally botching that. Ligands created by the body on demand, and 2 cannabinoids receptors, CB1 and CB2. So these receptors are always striving to make sure everything in our body, including the process involved in reproduction, are balanced. So what happens when things go haywire? Current literature suggests ECS dysfunction, whether too little or too much, could be one of the few reasons why women develop PCOS, with some of the symptoms of PCOS, such as insulin resistance and obesity, possibly influenced by the ECS. So how does CBD oil help with this? Cannabidiol, or CBD oil, happens to share identical chemical makeup to endocannabinoids, which allows them to interact with cannabinoid receptors to help keep the system running smoothly. This means supplementing with a CBD oil might actually have a direct effect on PCOS patients when it comes to treatment. So this article is really interesting. I actually started taking CBD oil before I even read this article. I was taking it for back pain, which is chronic in my life, depression, which is chronic in my life, and sleep deprivation, which is chronic in my life. It has helped all of that. I'm excited to see what other results that I see as I take it. I've only been on it for about a week and a half, but I wanted to share with you guys my experience and let you know that I've been pretty much pain-free and pretty chipper lately, and I'm not high, so don't worry. That's it for today's video, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Let me know, have you taken CBD oil? Have you used Yono Labs ear thermometer? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you liked it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.